We've talked a great deal throughout this course about one of the major regulatory challenges in wireless technology, spectrum management. But obviously, wireless technology raises other very significant regulatory challenges. One concern relates to privacy. Our mobile devices are not just phones. They can contain vast amounts of data, including information that can be used to reconstruct our movements or other aspects of private life. In 2014, the Supreme Court decided in a case called Riley v. California that the Fourth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects the privacy of the contents of a user's cell phone on the theory that a user has a reasonable expectation of privacy in those contents. In practice, that case means that a law enforcement official who wishes to gain access to the contents of a cell phone generally must obtain a warrant from a court before doing so. But the recognition of Fourth Amendment protection for the contents of a cell phone leaves a host of questions unanswered. For mobile technologies, one of the difficult issues is how the law should treat location information. Location data is critical to the operation of a mobile device itself, but that data can reveal a great deal about the mobile device's owner. So how does the law protect the privacy of location information, and how should it protect that information? Let's first think about the different ways in which mobile devices generate, store, and reveal location data. First, a mobile device is itself equipped with a technology to detect its own location. Most mobile devices contain Global Positioning System, or GPS technology. A mobile device equipped with a GPS receiver uses signals from GPS satellites to calculate the device's location. Second, a mobile phone necessarily reveals its location to the cellular network. A mobile device registers with nearby cell towers so that it can receive calls. And a mobile provider can use data from multiple different cell sites to identify the location of a device with a fair degree of accuracy. Third, a mobile device can also determine its location based on other network information. Companies such as Google and Apple maintain databases of the approximate location of wireless networks. A user's device can compare information on nearby Wi-Fi networks to a database to determine the approximate location of the device. Fourth, a device can determine its location through signals from what are known as beacons. A beacon transmits a low-energy Bluetooth signal. If a device has a specific application running and has Bluetooth turned on, the application can use the signal from the beacon to determine where the device is located. In other words, a beacon broadcasts a location mark that a device can use to determine where it is. All of the technologies I've described involve devices that use information, whether GPS, cell triangulation, Wi-Fi databases, or beacon technology, to detect the device's location. But it's also worth mentioning technology that doesn't enable a device to learn its own location, but that senses the presence of a mobile device. Some refer to this technology as mobile location analytics technology. Here's how mobile location analytics technology works. If you enter a store with a mobile device and the device has Wi-Fi enabled, your device will broadcast the Media Access Control, or MAC address, associated with the device's Wi-Fi radio. A retailer can install sensors to detect the MAC address, or in certain cases rely on its wireless access point to do so. So within a store, it's possible for a retailer to trace a customer's route, including how much time the customer spent near a specific display or at a checkout location. A retailer may rely on a third party to store and analyze this information. The information could be pooled with information from other retailers who rely on the same company for analysis. Some of the concern over mobile location analytics turns on how readily a device's MAC address can be linked to the identity of the individual carrying the device. Some mobile device operating systems now randomly generate a MAC address rather than relying on a unique device ID, which reduces some of the concerns with mobile location analytics. So those are some of the basic technologies that generate location information. Once location information is generated, how is it shared or used? Sometimes the information simply will be stored within the device itself, raising minimal privacy concerns. But once the location information is generated, It may be used within the context of a particular application. And how that location information is used will depend on the privacy policies of the application's provider or of a third party with which the application shares the information. For many privacy advocates, the capability of wireless devices to generate and communicate location information raises significant concerns. There may be concerns about the collection of information itself. Do users know what location information their mobile devices generate? Do they know who holds that information, whether it's a cellular carrier, the provider of an app that's running on a phone, or a third party? There may be concerns about the terms on which a carrier or application developer can share information with a third party. There may be concerns about who retains location information and for how long. And these concerns are heightened by the possibility that in some cases, location information can be tied to other personally identifiable information. Beyond the concerns that the collection, use, and storage of information by private companies might raise, there are additional questions about government access to that information. For example, on what terms should the government be able to obtain location information from a mobile carrier, from an application provider? So how does the law address these privacy concerns? Let's first look at the federal regulatory framework that governs the commercial acquisition, sharing, and use of location information, leaving aside for now the question of government access to this information.